Yesterday, I was trying to secure my Windows 10 laptop using BitLocker drive encryption. Unfortunately, that was not possible. The reason I found that it was loaded with Windows 10 Home Single Language, which does not support BitLocker. Not only a feature like BitLocker, but Windows 10 Home or Home Single Language lacks some of the crucial features you may need for getting some real work done. Remote desktop server access, group policy support, control over when your updates get installed, and the list goes on. Now we need a solution. Hello everyone, welcome to the Eternal Quest. In this journey, we are going to see how to force install Windows 10 Pro on a computer which has already pre-installed Windows 10 Home or Single Language operating system. But the challenge is when you are going to install Windows 10 Pro on a system which already has Windows 10 Home or Single Language. By default, it will not allow you to do so. Even though you are trying to clean install the operating system, you will end up having the same Windows 10 Home or Single Language which was already available in your PC. It happens because during installation, by default, the installer will pick up the pre-injected product key from your PC. There are different processes available to upgrade your Windows 10 Home or Single Language to Pro Edition, and some of them are paid process. Today, we'll try to force install Windows 10 Pro Edition on top of Windows 10 Home Single Language, where we are considering the user already has the Windows 10 Pro digital license. That means when the user will log in using Microsoft ID, the already assigned digital license will activate the operating system. If the user does not have the digital license, in such case, the operating system needs to be activated by using a valid product key. So, to force install Windows 10 Pro on a Windows 10 Home or Single Language computer, we'll go through 4 different stages like downloading the genuine operating system from Microsoft, preparing Windows 10 installation media, experience the challenges of the standard installation process, apply the fix and force install Windows 10 Pro on a Windows 10 Home Single Language computer, check the activation status. Well, let us start with downloading the genuine operating system from Microsoft. To download the genuine operating system from Microsoft website, just write it down something like Windows 10 download. It will be like this. I'm clicking on the first link, download Windows 10 disk image ISO file from Microsoft. I'll obviously not go for upgrade because this is my different PC, so I'm going for the down below, which is saying download tool now. So I'm going to click on this. It will download the Windows 10 downloader tool. I have already made one folder named as 21H1. I am going to save this tool on that folder. And once it is downloaded, I'm going to open this and double clicking on the setup. We have to wait for some time, so the setup will check and configure it accordingly. Once the user prompts, please accept the license agreement and wait for some more time. I'm not going to upgrade the PC, rather I'm going to create an installation media, so I'm clicking on create installation media bullet and going for next. The tool will automatically select language, architecture and edition, but if you need to change, you can uncheck the box and change it accordingly for your different PC. For my case, no changes required, so I'm going to keep as it is the tool selected and I'll go for next. The tool will ask to choose the installation media. I'll go for ISO file, so later I can write anytime I want to a different USB pen drive. I have already connected one pen drive. You can see my PD is connected, and now I'm going to select the ISO file and click on Next. To save this ISO file in the same folder where I have already downloaded the tool and etc. So I'm browsing to that folder and copying the path and setting direction to this particular path, and I'm going to rename this ISO file in a different name, which is Windows 10 21H1, that is 21H1. Write today's date also, so later I can have a track on this when I downloaded this image. Also, I am going to add architecture information with the file name, and then finally I'm going to save the file. Depending on my internet speed, it will take some minutes, couple of minutes to download and write the file to the destination folder. So let us wait for that, and I'm going to resume the video once it is done. Now we have the Windows 10 ISO file downloaded from Microsoft. I'm going to finish the process now. So this is the file, the ISO file we have just downloaded. The next step is preparing Windows 10 installation media. So let's go ahead. I have already connected my 8 GB pen drive here, and now I'm going to download a third-party software called Rufus, RUFUS, which is a very tiny but efficient software to burn the installation ISO image to a pen drive. Now I'm clicking on the first link and scroll below. I'll have the latest update, which is 3.15. So I have to download this version. Saving the download in the same folder where I have downloaded ISO file and the creation tool, media creation tool. And yes, now it is downloaded. I'm just going to open the folder and double click on the just downloaded exe file, Rufus 3.15. Now the software launched, and it will automatically detect my pen drive. Here we can have my PD, which is a 8 GB pen drive. Now time to select the operating system. What I'm going to do to drag and drop this downloaded ISO file to the software. The software will automatically detect the ISO image and change the settings accordingly. For my case, I'll install standard Windows installation, but not for Windows to Go pen drive. Those who has a legacy BIOS, you have to select MBR as partition scheme. But for my case, my target PC is UEFI supported, so I'm keeping it as the default, which is the GPT partition scheme, and the target system will be UEFI non-CSM. With this default configuration, I'm going to click on Start. Depending on your pen drive speed, the port you have connected, and the PC speed, the process will take some time. We have to wait for this, and we'll resume the video after that. Now the Windows 10 installation disk is just created. Let us close this and go to the Windows Explorer. Here there is nothing, but we have to refresh this. Yes, the pen drive is ready now. We have to eject the pen drive and connect it to the different PC where we need to install the operating system. So let us go ahead. Let us see what are the challenges we are going to face in standard installation process. So this is our target PC where we have already one Windows 10 installed. Let us check which edition is this. Going for this PC and properties. Properties has been loaded. We can see the edition is Windows 10 Home Single Language, where the version number is 20H2. Now we are going to clean install the Windows 10 operating system. We have already prepared the media. So let us connect the media and go for the clean installation. I'm going to close this window now. Now if I open my computer's Explorer, we can see there is no pen drive connected so far. So this is the installation disk or installation USB pen drive we have made, and this is connected. Let us restart the system. Because this is a Dell laptop, so I have to use F12 to invoke the quick boot menu when the PC is restarting. The pen drive is connected. Let us wait for the restart. And here we are pressing F12 and the quick boot menu launched, where we can see boot menu is set to UEFI and secure boot is on. I have to boot from EFI SanDisk. This is the pen drive connected, SanDisk. So let us select this and hit enter. I have some serious battery issue with the laptop. Battery is died actually, so I have to press F1. This is not needed for a healthy laptop where the battery is good. So we have to wait for some time. Okay, now we have the language setup screen. So clicking on next. And then I'm going to click on install now. The end user license agreement, I have to agree with this to continue the installation. Then I'll go for custom install Windows only. Now here is the challenge. We didn't had any Windows Edition selection screen before reaching to this point. The setup directly launched the partition wizard, and if I continue with this, we'll be ending up installing the same Windows 10 home single language, which is already installed in this PC by default. So I'm going to force shut down this PC. I'll apply some fix to the Windows 10 installation media, and then we'll come back to start a clean installation again. Let us apply the fix and force install Windows 10 Pro on our Windows 10 home single language computer. So I'm back to another PC and going to connect the Windows 10 installation media, which is the pen drive. It is connected now. And then I have to create a notepad with this code where the edition is professional and channel is retail. You'll find this code into the description below, so you can directly copy it from there. And I have to save this notepad in the sources folder. Remember, if you have both the version x86 and 64, you may have to copy this code to the target folder, like x86 then sources or 64 then sources. In my case, we have already created the media for 64-bit only, so I'm going to save this directly under sources. There is no separate 64 or x86 folder available in this installation media. So let us go ahead, file and save as to the pen drive, sources, and now we have to change the encoding to ANSI. The file name will be ei.cavg, and then I have to change the save as type as all files to save the file. Now I have applied the fix and I can get the pen drive to connect to the target PC and to start the clean installation. We are back at the target PC and I'm going to connect the installation media. Right now the PC is turned off. Remember, we have applied the fix on this installation media and it is connected now. Now it is time to turn on the PC and fetch the quick boot menu. And then I'm going to select the second option, SanDisk Cruiser Blade, and hit enter. The PC is booting to the setup and the setup screen appeared. Just like before, after setting the language, we are going for next and then install now. So now we have the required screen in front of us, the Windows Edition selection screen. Earlier it was not there. So after applied the fix, we have this screen. We can free to go ahead to select our required edition, and then we are going to click on next. So the fix worked. And then as it is, I have to accept the end user license agreement and then go next. And choose the custom installation, and then I have to create my required partitions. Now the required partition has been created. I have selected the partition to install the operating system, clicking on next. It too will take some time, so let me install the Windows, and once it is completed, we'll continue from there. Okay, now the operating system got installed and the pen drive is still connected. Let us check the system properties. And we have Windows 10 Pro 21H1 loaded in this PC. And this is how we can bypass the default operating system to be loaded and install our own desired Windows 10 edition into the PC. Time to go ahead and check the activation status also. And yes, we can see the product is already activated, Windows 10 Pro. So earlier we have Windows 10 Home single language installed in this PC, and this product is also activated after installing Windows 10 Pro. So that's all for the day. Thank you.